This is the extruded cut feature. So to use this feature you have to have some solid geometry already in the scene, because this is a subtractive feature, so it cuts material away from what you've got already. So I've created this box, and what we're going to do first in this example is sketch on this top plane. So we'll tell it that we want to look normal to the top plane. And I think what we'll do in this example is we'll cut some text into the top face of this box. So what we're going to do is just put some text in there. So we wanted to machine a number into the top of this box, so we'll just put 1, 2, 3, 4 as an example. I think we'll change the font size so it's a little bit larger. Maybe a bit larger still. There we go. And then if we OK that text, we can then position it wherever we want that. So we'll put some dimensions in just to lock the text down. It's always good practice to fully define everything. So we're fully defined there. The text remains blue, but you can see whether the sketch has been fully defined by looking down here. So once we've done that, we can click on the extruded cut, and what that will do is it will pick all solid boundaries in the sketch that you've created and try and cut that material away from the main block. And then you can enter a depth here. I think we'll have this 3mm, so it's going to extrude that 3mm into the block and remove any material that it intersects with. So if we OK that, we get to see what that looks like. So you can see that that text shape has been cut into the top of this block. So there are a few other options in there that we can explore. We've given it a value of 3 in a single direction. That's what this blind option allows you to do. You can actually tell it to go through everything, so through all, and it will just keep going off into infinity and cutting through everything. Now what it's discovered here is that when it does cut through everything, there's an island in the middle of this 4 that is no longer joined to the rest of the box, and it doesn't know what to do with that. It's saying, do you want me to keep the box and keep the island, or would you like me to delete either the island or the box? So at the moment it's selected I'll keep all these solid bodies, but we can selectively get rid of certain bodies. So body 1 would be the main body of the box, and body 2 is this little centre island in the 4. So I think as it happens we won't select that, because if we were to produce that, it would mean that that island is a separate piece to the rest of the box, so we wouldn't want to do that. There's also the select all both directions option, but seeing as we don't have any solid geometry above this sketch, there would be nothing for it to cut through in that direction. So that's the same as through all, but it goes through all in an upwards direction and in a downwards direction as well. There's up to next, which again wouldn't do much in this instance, because we don't want it to stop when it meets a piece of geometry, we want it to cut into that. There's up to vertex, which again in this particular example is not really that useful. We can select a vertex that's coincident with this bottom face, but that just gives us the same outcome. We would end up with an island in the centre of the 4. Up to surface, likewise. The only real surface that we could select would be the bottom there, and again it's giving us that problem with the 4. Offset from surface could be quite useful if we want it to always be an offset of a certain distance away from this bottom surface. Say we could set that at 5, and you can see if you view it now side on, it cuts down into the part until it reaches an offset from that bottom surface. You've also got a mid-plane option, which again we would need some geometry above this to cut away for that to be of any use. So I think we'll leave it on blind as we did initially, like that, and you can see we've cut away that piece of material.